We're live.
Hello, I have food in my mouth.
I'm setting up Instagram. Classic.
We're also talking to ourselves right now as no one is on, so we're good.
Yeah, let's do it.
We had a lot of good answers to the question of the week today.
And we're sorry we're a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
We have had some technical difficulties.
It's like everybody's on the internet right now.
Okay, and we're live on Instagram. So let's get in the shot.
Oh.
You. Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hi, friends.
Hi, Bryce Mayero on Instagram.
Okay. Great.
How you doing, Danny? How was your day?
I'm doing great. Yeah. All right. We have.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Who's that?
Hi, Bryce. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. How's it going?
Welcome to the live feed. As we were saying, we are a little bit late to the party. What is our question of the week, Shelsea?
The question of the week is, what ordinary things do you take joy in? Something like that. I'll read it word for word.
What ordinary things bring you joy?
Yes, what ordinary things bring you joy?
Hi, Finn. Thanks for barking at us.
Yeah, what ordinary things bring you joy? I personally feel like I need this page today. Today has been a bit of a whirlwind of ups and downs.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's all because of this Facebook group that we started.
Okay.
It's called Go Outside and Howl at 8 p.m. It's a very simple concept. You go outside and you howl at 8 p.m. We made it so that, us and our friends could go outside and have a thing, like a ritual that we're doing every day because life is crazy now. And I've lost a lot of my routines. And now there's like almost 250,000 people on the page. And so that's really great on one hand because it means a lot to people. They're putting a lot into it. People are inviting all of their friends. It really means something different to every person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we have to deal with all of the back end stuff of people that hate us for deleting their posts and approving other posts, and people, all different kinds of people. It's a very diverse group of people on that page with 250,000 people. I'm sure you can imagine. There are people that love Donald Trump on that page, and there are people that want to burn the world down and restart with anarchy. And there's a lot of feelings coming my way. And also people that I feel very threatened by, that I feel like very intimidated by. And it's like very stressful.
And what's interesting is how I think it connects to the question is, it's a very ordinary thing.
It's not even that big of a deal. Just go outside and howl at 8.
To bring us joy. It's just like a way of connecting with people.
The whole point is just to have it be an ordinary thing that brings you joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And connecting with people and this catharsis, this feeling of like release.
Yeah.
But it has become a thing that takes up like hours of my day and a lot of conversation. And I mean, part of that I enjoy, but it's just also kind of emotionally exhausting when people are calling you pieces of shit and saying fuck you to you like all day. It's like very stressful.
Yeah.
I work at a museum. I don't work at a place where people are calling me pieces of shit. I'm not used to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine that being a pretty I mean, I know I'm on the admin page. But,
yeah.
But let's get to the question. Let's start with the question.
Well, how are you? What's going on with you? Where are you at right now?
I'm good. Honestly, I'm probably bringing more stress than I need to this conversation just because technology and being like 15 minutes late to a thing is always frustrating for me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
we were like, we make it work.
Yeah.
Before we started this.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we're both kind of frazzled.
I think we're a little bit frazzled.
Yeah.
So
that's where we're at.
Let's try to drop in.
Okay. This is the perfect question for today. And everyone, please comment, how are you all doing? And tell us what's up with you. The question of the week is, what ordinary things bring you joy? And we got some really nice answers. I'll read some off of my Facebook page. Coffee and dogs. This is one of them.
Dogs seem to be,
Dogs.
yeah. I
God
feel
bless
like I feel like dogs in Corona world is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
Dog memes, people people just walking through our neighborhood with dogs. I feel like I used to make fun of people who were just obsessed with dogs, and now it's like
I have to be excited about in my life. I live all day in my house.
right.
Dude, yesterday, I'm sitting here. It was a sunny day and not snowing yesterday, and my front door was wide open, and a fucking puppy came running into the
In the
living
house?
room.
No way.
I was like, this is my dream.
That's the most amazing thing.
It was so awesome.
Did it have an owner, or was it just
Yeah, eventually the
a
owner.
gift from God?
Well, I had to I couldn't catch the thing.
Yeah.
It was just all over the place. And then finally I got it out to its owner. It was so cool.
That's amazing. I'm gonna move this lamp behind me.
Okay, cool.
I think it's kind of bright.
The thing about coffee, though, which is the other part of that post, is I've noticed that when I get enough sleep, I actually don't finish my coffee. Maybe I don't even really like the taste of coffee.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
That
I've been
seems-
getting a coffee every day out of habit, and then I just, don't drink it.
You've been drinking it?
I have not been able to finish a cup of coffee.
Whoa.
I'll drink, up to half. But, 2 or 3 of the past 7 days, I've drank, a fifth of my coffee.
This feels like a conversation of privilege right now, Chelsea. I'm like going to work every day, and you're like, I'm sleeping so
I'm
well.
sleeping
I don't
so
even
many
need
hours.
coffee anymore. That's amazing. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Feel free
Question of the week.
Feel free to answer the question. What brings you joy? Chelsea's in her robot outfit today.
That's right. Ballerina robot. Thank you very much.
Ballerina
This is a
robot.
tutu.
Do you want to show everybody?
Sure.
Stand up.
I'm not in my pajamas anymore, like I have been all week.
Well, last week was our Christmas edition.
Yes.
That
This
was,
is our robot ballet edition.
We've gone from December 25th to
30-30.
April 34th. Okay, yeah.
30-30.
30-30, yeah.
It's 30-30.
It's the year 30-30.
It's Deltron Zero's album came out a long time ago. It's like something your grandma would have listened to.
Who's Deltron Zero?
He wrote Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know the name.
He wrote an album in which he was Deltron Zero that comes out in the year 3020 or something, or 3010.
Oh.
Basically. Okay, cool. So, we got coffee, we got dogs. There's so many little things that make people happy and give them joy.
Linnea Wellness says the guy playing his guitar on his porch for the block.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I saw a woman out hoop dancing the other day too.
Really?
Yeah, that was cool. She had some moves.
We're in kind of a strange world where things have become ordinary again.
Like, this feels normal.
No, I feel like people are forced to be ordinary right now. Like, a lot of people's ambitions is tampered
Yeah.
because their work isn't as like they can't put their work in the world.
Yeah.
Like, they have to enjoy time alone.
Oh my God.
They have to enjoy time with people that they have to enjoy time with.
2020. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, I think it's interesting to think about there's just so much less for people to do. And that's what's also interesting about this Hala 8 group is I feel like people are so bored that they're like social justice warriors, I feel like haven't had a place, an outlet for their social justice. Like, I don't know, whatever's happening.
Why
I don't
do you say
know.
social justice warrior?
Well, because I'm saying it to the degree of which we're experiencing, which is people picking fights over things that have no real reason to why they're associated with social justice. That's what's strange to me. It's not like there's like a legitimate thing happening on this page that is contributing towards our politics. It's like people don't know what to do with themselves, and they're just saying whatever is coming to mind.
Yeah, I mean, people wake up in the morning and post on the page how many hours until 8 o'clock. They're just like ready to howl. Like, this is the one thing on my calendar today.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It was actually really cool, though, because the other day my friend organized a protest, but obviously we can't do normal protests.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a driving protest. And so there was like a couple hundred of us driving around the Capitol in our cars, honking our horns, and just surrounding the state Capitol. And people had signs that they had made and attached to their cars.
Mm.
One person even spray painted on the side of their car.
Wow.
Commitment.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was an anti-ICE protest, basically. Because a lot of people are in trouble because of the coronavirus in the ICE detention centers.
And that to me is like a productive place to put your energy towards social justice.
Yeah.
Howl at 8 p.m. every night. Feels like maybe there's another place to put your social justice wants and needs towards. Mike saying coffee in the AM and sitting outside to drink it brings me joy.
Yeah.
Oh, also Facebook, Instagram, we are on both. Feel free to comment if you. We see some people are on here. Tell us what brings you joy in the ordinary.
That's right.
I sincerely miss the feeling of drinking coffee in the morning. We were just in Ecuador, and my last memory, or in Colombia, was drinking a cup of coffee in my sandals.
It was so warm back there. And now it's snowing.
And I came back and got the flu and the cold, and I was just like, what the fuck did I do with my life? What choices did I make to end up here? Anyways.
Tragic.
Regret.
Today, I would just like to share that I was in a car and I was waiting. I had to wait in the car for something. And I was watching the snow fall on like the windshield.
Uh-huh.
And I was like just sitting there watching it fall, and I was like, this is art. And then I was like, my brain is changing. Like, I've just spent so much time like by myself, and like I'm just like, I feel like hypersensitive to the world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm noticing little sounds and all of these little things happening. I also spent like a whole day working on like an audio project, so now I'm like paying attention to sound a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like with everybody slowing down so much, maybe other people are feeling that way too.
Is this what it's supposed to be? Like, are we supposed to be this slow? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that like people who live in cultures where this is the pace of life are just more aware of what's happening in the present moment.
Like around them.
Yeah. We have a comment.
Yeah. Well, let me, Linnea also said, it's like people's souls are showing up. I've met more neighbors than I've ever thought we can be in close contact.
Oh.
That's interesting. Yeah, because neighbors are definitely out and about. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's like, I've had a couple of times, I've been this person, I've also witnessed other people be the person who's like so eager to have a conversation.
Yeah.
I was kind of like that to the barista this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, how's it going? How's your life? Talk to me.
I wonder if grocery store workers are really experiencing.
Oh my God, I bet. Yeah, they must be hearing a lot of weird stories right now.
Yeah.
Talking to so many people, just like these short conversations.
Mm-hmm.
What did Ocean say?
She just joined.
Oh, hi, Ocean.
Hannah said, Joe and I have been making breakfast together and listening to NPR every morning while settling into work. I haven't told him how much it meant to me, but it really helps.
Oh, that's really nice.
Wow, that's really sweet.
Yeah. Bonding time.
Yeah, how many people are like bonding with significant others or with their friends and
roommates, whoever you're stuck with?
Yeah, whoever's like in your life. And what does that look like? Because bonding is now like, really, we can find the ordinary moments that we love.
At some point, we're going to have to just give each other haircuts.
Yeah, we are.
My hair is getting floppy.
Somebody pointed out to me that there's no hair cutters. Right now. So what are we going to do?
You're going to have to let me cut your hair.
Anybody?
I think it's a great idea.
We are accepting haircut donations at Soul Stories.
How are we going to get a social distance haircut?
Social
Show up with scissors on a long stick.
with one of those grabbers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. Joey says the sun is a little thing. It's actually a pretty big thing. But anyway.
Well said.
A little thing bringing him joy.
Yeah.
Evelyn says plants.
Hmm.
And I know Evelyn's getting her gardening going on, so that's freaking awesome.
And good news is Chelsea's plants are thriving.
They are.
They're not dying.
They're alive.
Usually.
Shut your mouth right there. My plants are beautiful.
She's a distant mom.
I love them.
Bryce Mayuro. Bryce Mayuro is sitting to the left of us right now, and he's on live. That's how good of a friend Bryce Mayuro is.
Brett says, check out anarcho-primitivism. I just learned about it in my writing class last night. Ooh, cool. Anarcho-primitivism.
Well, Brett, we don't have time for a Wikipedia article.
Sounds like a Paul Conzemius thing.
Feel free to give us a little comment, explanation. Bryce said, that's why I shaved my head. Mm-hmm. Also, I somehow switched the view.
That's the view of my beautiful plants.
I don't know what to do. Okay.
Technical difficulties over there.
All right. Keep.
Camilla, who lives in Brazil, says to see a bird flying. To see a bird flying.
Oh.
The birds, I think a lot of us have noticed that the birds are very active right now.
Yeah.
They are out and about. Pretty amazing.
Until this crazy fucking snowstorm just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
And it's supposed to be 70 on Saturday.
I know. It's beautiful though, actually.
Yeah.
This morning, everything was covered in a clear layer of ice and frost. So it looked like somebody just covered springtime in glass. It was all frozen in there, but you could still see the color.
Wow.
It was so pretty.
Dang. You're getting a lot of art, nature art right now.
Yeah. I'm becoming obsessed with little things is what's happening.
Dang. I bet that could feed a lot of creative energy.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this time period? I've talked to a lot of people who have more time than ever. So you think that would be the most creative time, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm hearing is that people's energies are so thrown off that creating shit has just been ridiculous.
Interesting. Is that how people feel? Have you all been producing a lot and creating stuff, or have you felt really thrown off? There was somebody in the Howl at 8 group that said today that he's howling, I think, is the only thing I'll be able to bring myself to do today.
Wow.
Because he's so thrown off.
Yeah. I imagine there's a lot of depressed people right now.
Ooh, we're according to Brett Randall, basically we're kind of living in anarcho-primitivism right now, which is pretty cool.
What's that mean? We just have a lot of time to sit around and gather stuff?
Okay, we're going to guess what anarcho-primitivism means, and you can tell us how accurate it is.
He wrote it.
Okay. According to anarcho-primitivism, the shift from hunter-gatherer to agricultural subsistence gave rise to social stratification, coercion, alienation, and overpopulation. Anarcho-primitivists advocate a return to non-civilized ways of life through deindustrialization, abolition of the division of labor or specialization, and abandonment of large-scale organizational technologies.
Well, we've certainly abandoned the division of labor.
Yes.
People have lost a lot of jobs.
And specialization in some ways, I think people are kind of having to help out in places where they didn't have to before.
Mm.
I like this kind of philosophy a lot.
Yeah.
If anyone has ever had an experience like this where you have lived in a small community where it's kind of like a tribe and everyone's making collective decisions and you have to take on jobs that you maybe have never done before because you don't necessarily have a carpenter in your community. You just have to figure out how to do it. I really enjoy that. I think it's very gratifying and stimulating and yeah. But the thing I think about anarcho-primitivism is that you would have a collective.
Yeah, like you'd have resources.
You'd have a crew.
Yeah.
We
Whereas
have a small crew in our house, but
we're kind of in this weird age where we're like kind of pushed on in like our individualism is still very much like our individualistic American narrative is still what we're living.
yeah. Well, and I think especially for a lot of people that are living alone right now, I think that the feeling of individualism is almost hitting a breaking point.
Yeah.
Like this feeling of separation that we're all experiencing, I predict that this summer is going to be like an explosion of community.
Yeah, like people are gonna really, really like crave to
We're just
be
going
around each
to run
other.
to each other.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we have it pretty good here in this place with like we've been quarantined in a group of like 4 to 6, which has been nice. But also, man, I truly miss my friends.
Yeah, me too. I miss you, Nico Kirby.
Yeah, like
I was just thinking about Skyland House when Brett was talking about this, by the way.
yeah, and even like Brett, like I don't know, our movie night.
Yeah, all of our people.
You know what our movie night was? We watched a movie on Zoom and we're on mute the whole time like we did the other night. And then we talked after and it's just like it's just different. You know? I want to feel Brett's forearm next to my forearm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to like hear his like dry.
I want to hear his loud breathing.
His loud breathing? Is he a loud breather?
No, I don't know. Hannah said, I have a pair of shears and experience not botching others in my own haircut.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
And
I would let you cut my hair.
And Brett says he's been producing so much, Bryce, this time has been so good for my creativity.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what have you all been up to? I know some of you picked up like hobbies and activities along the way in this past time. And also I'm wondering for y'all, how long have you been at home now? This is my 3rd week at home.
I haven't been at home at all. And so feel free to comment if you haven't been home. I've been working. Yeah. I'm still doing my 40 hours, which is crazy.
Yeah, you're like a valuable member of society.
I am just working with those crazy fucking children.
So we've got the sun and we also got the moon.
Okay.
The moon has been killing it.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Has everybody noticed how gorgeous the moon has been? It passed right past Venus, and now it's like right above our heads around 8 o'clock. We won't see it tonight, but April 7th is the full moon. Yeah,
that's going to be a crazy night for how long?
Yeah, it's a pink supermoon.
Wow.
Pink because of a flower that blooms around this time of the year in the Northwest, not because the moon is going to be pink.
I don't like how they do that.
Me neither. There's like a new name for every moon these days.
Right.
And everybody's like, the moon is going to be pink.
And like the blood moon and stuff, I don't know.
Is the blood moon a lunar eclipse?
No, it's like I don't know. I always like, whenever the blood moon comes up, it always like disappoints me or something. Anyways, there's people that know more than me, so.
It's like, ever since the invention of movies and Star Wars, like the stars just aren't good enough for us anymore.
Yeah.
Another person said going outside and looking at constellations, which I would also agree with. Shout out to Canis Major, which has been really bright in the sky.
What's Canis Major?
I'm telling you, the stars look brighter because nobody's driving around. I don't think I'm imagining it. The stars look so fucking bright. Canis Major.
I mean, that makes sense. Those office buildings downtown are probably like not lighting up nearly as much.
Yeah. That's true. Good point.
It's probably a lot less light pollution.
Mm-hmm.
If you are here right now, please comment. Don't be shy. This is about in conversation with our community. What ordinary things bring you joy? Don't feel pressure to feel meaningful or deep or funny. Like, we just want to hear your voice and talk with you.
That's right. Canis Major can be seen. It looks like 2 triangles. If you look to the southwest part of the sky, just south of Venus, you'll see 2 triangles next to each other. That's Canis Major, the dog pet of Orion.
Okay.
I know everybody was wondering. This is another thing that's been happening for me, is that I really miss teaching people about science. The other day we were in the park and Venus was out and there was this guy and I was like, that's Venus!
You know, this happened in Ecuador with you too. And when me and Chelsea went to Ecuador for 3 weeks, there was like many days where I just kind of be, doing my own thing. I'm a little quieter sometimes.
Lost his own thoughts.
Lost in my own thoughts. And Chelsea would like pull me with those like eyes you've seen from her. And she'd be like, this thing over here is and she would like go, and I'd be like, okay. And it would.
I get excited.
She's a very good teacher. And I don't think it's teaching out of compassion as much as compulsion.
There are things, especially in Ecuador, there are things that like I know about that I never get to see.
Yeah. Well, you taught me a lot. I actually was sitting, I was like going like, how, like I was literally being like, how do I not know a third of what she knows? Like it was insane.
It's just random ass facts. I was thinking about this today because I went to get my cell phone fixed at the iPhone place, and I was like, this guy knows how to fix a fucking cell phone. Mm-hmm. Like this is a productive member of society. I know how many moons Jupiter has. Like who's more valuable at the end of the day? I
mean, in the society of cell phones, the cell phone
fixer.
Yeah.
I guess if everything goes down.
If Corona infects our phones.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That could be like,
people would break down. That'd be the worst thing. If people lost access to their cell phones, that's when like looting and like pillaging would happen. Speaking
of ordinary things, do you think that we're going to start having airborne computer viruses?
Only once they start making computers that are also partially made out of organic matter.
Whoa.
Like if they have a respiratory system.
That would be so cool.
Like grafting, like muscular tissue, like onto a computer.
Dang.
That'd be fucking weird.
That's like the onset of androids. I hope we get there. Anyways, Instagram, if you're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, comment, say stuff. We love you, so say stuff. Nobody's saying stuff, so say stuff.
Well, it's a great commercial.
Yeah, that's my facilitation abilities.
My friend Jasmine says one of the small things that brings her joy is sweeping. Well, come on over to our house, Jasmine.
Yep.
Probably from years in the salon. I think she was a hairstylist for a while. Also sewing and vacuuming.
Dang. That's a triple threat.
Yeah.
That's a triple threat.
That's like the thing that people don't want to do. Like, what a great opportunity to make bank.
Some people love that shit, actually.
I wish I could choose what I loved.
I know. Yeah, me too.
If you could choose what you loved, what would you love?
I would love spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Seems like anybody who can handle a spreadsheet can like be successful in this world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have this great idea, but I have no idea how to like spreadsheet that shit.
Yeah, totally.
But I hate that. I hate it. I hate spreadsheets. Hot take.
There's a lot of people out there that are really good at spreadsheets. If you're one of them, let us know.
Come on to the Soul Stories team.
Randy says, the sound of laughter. Full, hearty laughter. That's good. He's an improviser. People have been doing improv theater on the internet. And that sounds weird to me. I don't know.
Have you watched it? Has it been social distance improv theater?
It's been yeah. And
like 6
like,
foot apart? There's
also classes you can take, like doing improv on your computer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody teaches you something and then you like act it back?
Yeah, like how do you play a game? Like how would you play telephone on the computer? That sounds precarious. Where you have to pass things around in a circle. Yeah. There's a lot of improv that's like that.
Like Zoom, like people would be in different squares.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. That's also the thing about like I think we're all shooting for these Facebook live streams, you know. They're becoming popular and stuff, but also there's something about it like FaceTime or Facebook live stream that it's just like you kind of want the real thing. Yeah. You know?
I know.
Like
I think that's why the howling is also a thing, is because people are like there's actually someone over there in real life, in tangible real life.
Yeah, you're like calling Somebody was telling me they heard so many people howling. This is a great topic for this howling thing because it's such an ordinary thing.
Yeah.
That they heard somebody howling over, or in Cheeseman, there were so many people howling, and they were like, this is so special to me now. Like, I feel so connected.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, the power of a human to make another human feel a certain way is very powerful. It's amazing.
Just from using our voice. It's kind of like, I'd see you that you're isolated too.
Yeah. And like, when you hear someone howling, you can hear so many different feelings in their voice.
Yeah.
Depending on what the howl is. Like, because I've gone through so many of those videos now. And like, some people you can hear like sorrow and longing in their voice.
Yeah.
And some people you can really hear like anger and angst. And some people you can hear like power and confidence and pride and like exuberance and joy and playfulness and like all of these like good things and bad things, and like a lot of stuff can all be like in your howl.
Wow. Have you heard that?
Yeah. As I go through the videos, sometimes I want to cry when I hear the way people howl.
Really?
It's like I can hear the pain in their voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like we're all unified in this howl, but like it can say so many different things.
Yeah.
And there's like people that are like howling for people who have died, and like somebody on the page was saying that they like recently found out that they have like a life-threatening medical situation, and
wow.
like everybody's just like in it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, it's my anniversary today, or it's my birthday, and everyone's like, happy birthday. It's like, it's a crazy thing.
I love seeing those like random things get like 1,600 likes on that page.
Yeah.
So it must be so validating for those people.
Yeah.
To be a part of something so large.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, one time I read a thing where the guy was like, this is the only post I'll ever have that got 900 comments.
Yeah.
It's like probably true.
Yeah, I don't that would be quite the experience on an individual page.
It's because in general, I don't think that anybody is crazy enough to have a Facebook group that has 250 members where everyone can post.
Yeah.
We are insane. I don't know. We're crazy. But we want everyone to be able to post.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are working hard. You're working really hard.
You are too. You're an admin.
Improve posts.
Yeah. If any of our friends don't know what we're talking about, please comment. I think you guys are all on that page.
Yeah, it's howl at 8 p.m. every night.
Yeah, that's all it is. Go
Facebook
outside,
group.
howl, 8-8.
It's howl at 8 p.m. every night. That's the only rule.
Yeah.
I say that over and over again because it tends to be very complicated for our users.
Yeah.
What time zone? When are we supposed to do this?
Wait, is it tonight though?
Is it tonight?
Wait, tonight though? Very funny.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. My friend in Finland says that the little thing that brings her joy in life is her breakfast porridge.
Oh.
That is the most Finnish thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, do we have porridge? Can we even eat porridge in America?
And we have oatmeal, but it's not the same.
Right, it's got to be different.
Finnish food is good.
Is porridge good?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, okay.
They have lingonberry. It's a good berry. It's like a red berry, and they make jelly out of it a lot.
Mm.
Or lemon curd.
Mm.
So good.
That sounds delicious. Ocean said, wait, what time zone? We are howling. Wait, what time is it? Are we getting close? 7:47?
7:47. In 13 minutes, we're going to take a brief howling, a moment to briefly howl.
Yeah.
You are all invited to howl along with us.
Yeah, you'll probably be able to hear us to an extent.
Yeah.
So go outside and howl at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
every night in your time zone.
Mm-hmm. Jorge, who lives in Brazil, said, my walks in the little park near home, going to the beach, flowers, and smiles of children.
Aww.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, flowers are really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, staying connected to kids during this time has actually been really nice too.
What's their general sentiment about it?
If you guys go, sorry, I just got confused. I saw a message at the top of my screen. I'm going to reset. I work at the Denver Children's Home. It's a home for kids who've been through trauma and abuse. Our kids live there, so I'm still working, if anybody on here doesn't know me. And what was your question?
How are they doing? How are the kids doing at your work? I know you can't speak in candid detail about them, but
they have no idea what this thing is about. You know, somebody was commenting last week. They're like, "Just give me coronavirus already, so I can get this over with." And I was like, "All right, kid, I don't think you quite understand what's happening." But we're also not letting them access anything. So, like, imagine living in a home where you had no access to TV, news, cell phones, internet. Like, you're
your
just
school is in the house as well, right?
your school's in the house. Those kids can get access to it, but because those kids are off of school right now, they're not feeding any information to these kids. You know.
Oh my God.
We're not talking about current events. You know.
The only time they leave that building is to just go into the yard, right?
Yeah.
They don't ever.
And they used to leave for their family visits, but all of their family visits are canceled. They can't see their family. So I had a friend who was in one of these homes, and she got out when she was in high school, and she got out in 2010, and she said she didn't know who the president was.
Wow.
She didn't know who Barack Obama was. She never heard her name.
Oh my God.
That's how crazy these residential places can be.
Wow, it's so isolated.
Our place isn't as intense as that. Whoa, people have been commenting this whole time.
No.
Hey guys, sorry, we missed a lot of your comments. Whoa. Adam says, "Hi, Soul Stories crew.
Hi everybody.
Good to see you, Adam.
People on Instagram up there.
Stocking shelves, just miss hugs. Mahmoud, I've been home for 23 days now.
23 days. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I feel so bad for the people who live alone.
Yeah.
I would be.
Mahmoud's in Egypt right now.
Yeah. Back home.
Mina says, "Howdy." Hi, Mina.
Hi, Mina.
Abby says, "Finding ourselves within the stillness." Skyland's watching.
Yeah.
A lot of these comments are referencing 20, 30 minutes ago, but thank you for commenting, and sorry we're just getting to you. Technology has not been our friend tonight.
Yeah, it's been a weird night for technology, that's for sure.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Adds a little excitement to our lives, I guess.
Species 8472. Is that referencing our Android conversation?
Ooh, that could be, or it could be like a game that Nina's playing.
Oh.
Nina, tell us, what is that?
Yeah. And then she said bees.
Yeah, bees.
Great.
That's awesome. Has anyone seen a bee? I haven't seen any bees. Where are they?
That's
really
going
want
to be
keep bees.
That'll be our next question of the week. Where are the
What
bees?
happened to the bees? Has anyone seen them?
And you'll just have to post a photo of a bee.
There's this crazy museum in Los Angeles called the Museum of Jurassic Technology, and they have a whole floor that's dedicated to like Appalachian, like old wives' tales and stuff like that, like the hair of the dog. Do you know what that is? It's if a dog bites you, then you have to put the hair of the dog into the bite, or else terrible things will happen.
And like cultures believe that or something?
Yeah, it's like white witch culture. Like European, but then travel to Scandinavia, like white folks, like old witchy characters.
Wow.
Believe these things.
That's
and
crazy.
There's also one that's called Tell the Bees.
Uh-huh.
And in your village, if there is something going on, somebody had better tell the bees. Like if there's a wedding, you have to go to the bees and like whisper to them. They like to be whispered to. And you have to like tell them what's going to happen and invite them formally to the wedding. Because if you don't invite them, then they're just going to show up. They're going to show up and they're going to be pissed.
Do they
tell
go?
The bees?
Do the bees go?
I mean, they might.
I feel like that kind of belief would easily like you'd get the data.
Evidence.
Yeah, you'd be like, well, the bees didn't come, so I guess they weren't listening.
You gotta tell bees.
Shay says, "What's really brought me joy during this absolute madness is this natural deflection away from consumerism.
Yeah!
Having a virus of this magnitude overtaking so many basic fundamentals of life in generally has really highlighted what's important and what's not with personal spending habits."
Isn't it crazy the things that we don't actually need to have or do or buy?
Right.
Oh my God.
I was
So funny.
I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, I am not spending nearly as much money as I used to spend on alcohol
Oh.
and going out.
Oh yeah.
I know,
just
like,
find drinks at bars.
My life's been fine. I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah. We don't really drink that much at the house either.
But I used to.
Yeah.
I used to have 1 or 2 a night.
Yeah.
And I just haven't, alcohol just hasn't been around. And
I just feel like you've been in kind of a healthy place.
yeah. I like your position there. You get to show off your whole outfit.
That was the whole point, obviously.
Last week was Christmas edition. This week is
Robot Ballet!
Silver Shelsea in the Robot Ballet. We'll be producing that Soul Stories Facebook Live in May 29th at 8 a.m.
I think what I just heard you say is that you're committing to be in a ballet.
I am committing to producing a ballet.
I want to see you on the dance floor.
I am the straight man in this comedy duo.
Did anyone do anything for April Fools, by the way? Thinking of the prankster in that duo? Star Trek. Okay.
Hannah said, whoa, you switched. Did she... Oh, yeah, the Soul Stories page? Or are you switching from Instagram to Facebook? I don't know. Whatever. Tell us what you're talking about, Hannah.
How many more minutes to howl?
7:55.
5 minutes to howl!
5 minutes to howl.
Woo!
Go out and howl. We're going to stay live. And we're going to howl.
That's right.
Should one of us howl from in here and then...
You can if you want.
Okay. I don't know. Brett says, what's the trickiest part of monitoring adminning Howl at 8?
Oh, let me tell you.
I think you've just derailed the whole conversation.
The trickiest part about monitoring Howl at 8 is
Hi, Chezzy.
Hello. So we started this Facebook group. It has 250,000 members. And it's tricky because you have to kind of have a policy as to why you are deleting some stuff. Mm-hmm. And it takes a while to figure out why you are deleting some stuff because it's hard to think of categories. And then we get tens of thousands of posts every day. So we have to go through every single post. It wasn't like that at first. At first we just let everybody post whatever they wanted.
And now there's a team of moderators.
And now we have a team of moderators who are going through every single post and approving or declining them. And then we also have to look for things we have tag words. So if somebody says the word come is one of our tag words. So if somebody says the word come, it draws that to our attention. But I think that the hardest part is really that it's very high emotion. There's a lot of joy and beautiful things happening on the page, but the things that we have to focus on are people getting really mad at us. Today,
the anger, just speaking of what's happening in this coronavirus time, the anger that's existing on this page is just holy Lord, the outlet, people need an outlet for anger, and they're really using this page.
Fucking admin, bitches, snowflakes won't let us post anything. The fucking admins have a stick up their ass because they won't let us post anything. And then other people being these fucking admins will just let people get away with anything.
And it's not just you hear snowflake, it's not just Republican, conservative assholes. It is every type of person getting angry. Yeah.
And there's one person was really angry because I let a post about pot happen. And then there's another one who really wants us to change the profile picture and has been campaigning for us to change the profile picture.
People are saying we're not social justice enough. People are saying, why is there social justice on here?
There's a person who posted something about disabilities, and they said that they have a disability and that the howling traumatizes them. And they were jumped on by all of these people were so angry and being why are you even on this page?
7:58.
Ooh, 2 minutes to howl.
2 minutes to howl.
So then that becomes hard because if person A says something that's reasonable and then person B says an asshole-ish thing in response. But then person A comes back and is totally unreasonable. That's when it gets complicated.
On who to block and who not to.
Yeah.
Mina says, Star Trek reference. Their
Yeah.
technology is biological, so their cell phones might be susceptible to airborne viruses.
Ooh.
7:59.
7:59. Time to howl.
7:59. 7:59. 7:59. All right, go howl, everybody. Should I come?
You can come, or if you come pick up the computer.
We'll just we'll turn the computer, Instagrammers, whoever's on here, we're gonna come back in 1 second. We're gonna go howl at 8 p.m. Ooh.
Cold.
Oh, Lord. Are you in socks? Ah!
Oh my gosh, it's very cold. Timmy!
All right. Hi, team.
7:59.
This is
7:59.
Soul Stories Live, howling at 8 p.m. It's very cold out here.
7:59.
7:59. 7:59. 7:59. 7:59. 7:59. 7:59.
7:59.
Howl at 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m.
It's 8.
All right, thank you. Hopefully that didn't hurt your ears too bad.
Good job, Hal.
Thanks, Tibby. We're coming back.
Thank you.
I feel like we're on an episode of MTV Cribs right now. Walking with the camera. All right, we're back Instagram Live.
Oh my gosh, it's cold out there.
Hello, Facebook Live.
Okay, that's basically how we do it.
That was the whole task. The hardest part.
Usually we hear other people howling, but I don't think we stayed outside long enough to listen.
No, and I think depending on parts of the city, like we have some stuffier older people in our neighborhood that don't howl as much. No offense to older people, I think just our neighborhood is kind of that type of person. But I've heard if you are in Cheeseman or if you're in Cap Hill or if you're like in that area, you can hear so many people.
I've seen videos.
Yeah, I've heard it's crazy.
Yeah, we were in Cheeseman Park doing it a couple days ago, and it was pretty awesome.
Oh, we got some howls on here.
Yay!
Yeah.
Brett says, you guys just need to be perfect. It's easy. Thanks, Brett. Working on it.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining Instagram. Valencia's here now.
Hannah says, I'm a 12-year-old boy in a 32-year-old woman's body. Hannah, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, we're on Facebook Live right now, Instagram Live.
Talking about the question of the week is what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're howling. Mahmoud howled from Egypt, so that's great.
That's so cool. We have people howling from Australia and from Ireland, Switzerland, Mexico, Brazil.
99 countries are represented in that group right now.
Where did my cell phone go?
According to Ocean's research. Ocean, where did you get that research if you're still watching?
My phone fell into the couch.
We found Chelsea's phone.
All right. So, also, what other little things bring you joy besides potentially howling?
What ordinary things bring you joy? Feel free to comment. Feel free to get in on the discussion.
Honestly, I feel like my bed is paradise.
Wow.
Like there is no better place, and I don't know why I ever leave it.
You're getting plenty of time in it. How many hours of sleep are you getting?
Well, I usually wake up to give Bryce a ride to work and then stay up.
Oh, so you're still not getting that many hours of sleep.
Well,
I thought
I've
you were...
been going to bed like pretty early though.
Really?
Like at 11. Normally, I feel like often I'll sleep like 4 hours multiple times a week.
Yeah, 11's usually when you gear up.
Yeah.
11 o'clock is when Shelsea hour hits.
I do feel a little bit like an unwalked puppy a lot of the time. I've been in this house for so long. It's fine. I'm fine.
Our roommate Justin just moved out too.
Yeah. So
And
today
that
was
was a
the
lot
first
of
day.
entertainment.
Yeah. He's very entertaining. Oh, man.
Feel free to comment. What ordinary things bring you joy?
Yeah.
What ordinary things bring you joy?
So I've kind of been into cooking lately.
Okay.
A little bit. And I went through this thing where we wrote 10 short stories in 10 days. It was with a group called Circo de Nada, which is a bunch of clowny people. And we wrote these 10 fiction stories, and it was super fun. It was so fun to just have a deadline and be like, I have to bust something out. It actually made me think about, like, at the Orbis house, Brett used to run a writing group that we would like get together once a week and write.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. And so it was just like really fun to make up characters and play around. And some of the stuff that I wrote was like really dark and depressing. And a lot of it was like strange and playful. And I just got all this stuff out of my imagination, and it felt really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just the like simple fact of writing and expressing yourself.
Yeah. Can I say one weird thing that happened in that?
Weird things are always what we're using.
So one of the short stories that I wrote was about my imaginary friend. I had an imaginary friend that was kind of just like a reoccurring character that I used to write about a lot in high school.
Uh-huh.
His name was Jackie, and he was like a freight train hopping kind of like cigarette smoking guy with like patches in his like knees, you know, like kind of a hobo character.
Yeah.
And I started to write a short story about him, thinking maybe I could bring him back. And then in that process, I realized how much I've outgrown that character. And then in my short story, I murdered him.
Wow.
So now I really feel like my imaginary friend is finally dead.
Dang.
And like I'm not carrying him around anymore.
How does that feel?
Good. It's like this kind of weird thing that I didn't even know was in my psyche that I was tied to from my past. And I untied it, and now it's like I have freed up energy.
What do you think is different about you?
From high school to now?
Or yeah, like what? Like
Or from
that character
order.
died for a reason, right?
Yeah, that character was like a representation of like, it was the voice that said to me that my problems either aren't real and I don't have to acknowledge them, or that they are evadable and that I could escape them. And that was the main topic of a lot of our conversations and the stuff that I would write. I would draw him and I would write about him and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was always kind of like, don't take your problems too seriously. Don't even worry about your problems. Just run away. Like, get away from everything.
Like a bypasser.
Yeah, like a bypasser.
Wow.
And
he's like this cool character. He's like somebody you would see and be like, oh, what an adventurous kind of crazy character.
yeah, it was kind of like this aspiration that I think I had about the kind of person I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And it was all, yeah, I think that I was thinking about him because there were times when I was at home that I would be literally like trapped in my house because I was running away from home as a kid. And so then when I was trapped, I would feel so trapped. And I think lately I felt a little bit like subconsciously trapped in this house just because I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why he came up. But then I murdered him, and I murdered him with a guillotine on
Damn.
Colfax, and he got smushed into the street.
Damn, that's violent.
Yeah, it was great. His head was like Play-Doh, and the cars were driving over him, and he got smushed into the street.
So what do you think will replace him?
I don't know. I do like inventing characters like that, though. It's fun. Like, have you ever done that before? Like reoccurring characters that you draw or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've drawn characters for sure.
Like the same one?
Yeah. A moon with a little face on it.
Oh, cool.
A cartoon moon. And he always had like a nervous squiggle
Oh,
on him.
yeah.
Like, and it kind of represents my like etherealness and my shiftiness and my nervousness.
Uh-huh.
And it was always my like strong, like I drew that in most pictures as like a self symbol.
Oh, that's cool. Almost like your signature.
Yeah, it was my signature photo.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But I don't really feel inclined to draw him as much as I used to.
Yeah, it's like you outgrow these archetypes.
Yeah. I think that's interesting in creation. Like there was a big shift for me in my drawing where I used to be very character driven. Like I knew like what type of character I was going to put, and I would repeat these different characters in my drawings. And then it took me a lot of courage to start just drawing a shape, and then I would follow the shape, and then I would create something based on whatever I thought that shape should be.
Uh-huh.
And so it's kind of like a comfort zone pushing. Like,
Yeah, it's a practice in trust.
It's practice and trust.
That you're going to follow the creative process instead of lead the creative process.
Right.
Do you have any drawings that you would want to share?
No, I mean, no.
Okay.
Not with me currently. Hannah says, at 6 in Logan, it is lit.
Yeah!
Lots of howling. They're still howling. People in our building. That was the best one yet.
Oh, wow. That's so great.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, Joe's on here. Hi, Joanna.
Joe.
Good to see you. Let's see what we got on Instagram. Chazzy says, the frequency, or Chazy, not sure, the frequency of the warm smiles from most of the people I pass on the streets. Denver, bring me some joy.
Oh, that's really nice. Denver people are so freaking friendly.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Friendlier than Ohio folks.
Yeah, for sure.
Ohio folks are kind, very kind. But there's a wall.
Yeah.
You don't get to say hi to each other on the streets. I mean, I don't know. Ohio's different now, I'm sure. I speak about Ohio.
It's seeping into you, the Colorado vibes. You're losing your Ohio.
I still don't trust people, so
That's good.
Ohio still keeps that lack of. I love you. I just have trust problems.
That's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Mahmood says, watching new good shows and reconnecting with people I admire. People I admire. This is a subject I've been thinking about.
You always think about that subject.
I know. It's really to think about people I admire. Who do you all admire?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Because I think that I also feel like because there's nothing going on and I feel very sensory sensitive, I also feel sensitive to like the kind of things that I want to bring in and think about. I'm not interacting with people in real life. So the people I like read their articles or people that I watch on the internet or whatever, like I want to be mindful about, like good vibes. Definitely.
Yeah. Who are the people that you admire?
I've been talking a lot about Jane Goodall. I don't know if anybody's been taking the master classes. I want to. And I love Jane Goodall. She's so freaking cool. Jane Goodall and Clarissa Pinkola Estes, who wrote Women Who Run with Wolves, and Ani DeFranco, amazing musician, all are collaborating together in New Mexico. They all like do this project together.
What?
Yeah.
When?
Oh my God, I have shouted at you about this.
Oh, I haven't been listening.
It's amazing. It's probably because I'm doing this when I tell you. Like, Jane Goodall is like not someone I've followed closely my whole life, but the other two are like huge characters, like huge people for me. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, my dinner detective name is named after her.
I believe that.
And freaking Ani DeFranco, I just read her memoir and I love her. So yeah, the fact that they're all collaborating together is amazing.
What kind of person do they make you want to be?
Well, I think that Mama Estes would be very proud that I made the Howl at 8 page. I think because she obviously wrote Women Who Run with Wolves.
True.
And
have you invited her to this?
No. I mean, she's not really on Facebook.
I don't know.
She's famous.
This could be an email.
I might send her an email.
It's a Facebook famous group.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have actually posted her book on, 2 people at least have posted her book.
That's awesome. I know that's a super important book to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Bryce Mayero says, Why does it say 56 minutes remaining? All right, well, Facebook Live is about to end in 50 seconds. So Bryce says, I admire Candy C. DeBaca. I love progressive people who fight locally for social justice. It's so great to see their impact, and I tend to think it's more effective on a local level.
Totally. Candy C. DeBaca goes for walks in City Park.
Well, that makes sense.
I want to run into her and be like,
Yeah.
I love you.
She's definitely somebody of the people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. She's great. So who do you all admire? Please tell us.
Yeah, let's see if anybody's responding. Brett says, I once ate Ani DeFranco's leftover cheese plate
What?
after a show of hers. I was working Well, Brett, that seems like a whole different discussion we should
I
have.
think that's very resourceful. Chris. Yeah. I'm all for eating people's leftovers and dumpster diving and all that stuff. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Do you want to see my dumpster dived plant? I'm going to show it to you.
We just got kicked off Instagram Live.
Forever?
Yeah.
Can you restart it?
Weird. All right, team. Well, we're here on Facebook.
Bryce and I went dumpster diving, and we found a plant in the bottom of a dumpster. It's our little dumpster plant. Can you believe this thing was going to be in the trash?
Is it dying? What happened to it?
You think all of my plants are dying all the time?
It wasn't droopy before.
It's fine, Danny.
Is it getting droopy?
I mean, it maybe needs a little bit of water, but it's
When's the last
fine.
time?
Watered in the past couple days.
Well, it's fine. I'm not saying you're killing it. I'm just saying why is
No,
it?
every time we talk about my plants, you're like, is it dying? I think your plant is dead. You always say that.
I care about the plants.
Do you? Because you don't water them.
No, I don't want
Anyway.
to. We're back.
Jeez.
Oh,
Ocean said my plants look good.
great. I think your plants look great. They look beautiful. Only because we're live,
do
I
they
have to
look
say all this. This is just me trying to look like a nice guy right now. So, tell us what you're thinking about. Tell us your fantasies right now. Tell us.
What little thing in the collage behind us do you take joy in?
Yeah, that's a good question.
See if you can find Bjork in the picture.
Is Bjork actually in the picture?
Yeah.
I didn't know you put Bjork up.
Oh, she's in there.
See,
She's priority.
that's what we're gonna do for the next 20 minutes. We're gonna sit in silence, and you're gonna have to look for Bjork.
It's backwards.
Bryce, don't you
Bjork
have a
in
good
space,
Bjork
right there.
impression?
Bjork in space.
If travel
Oh my god.
is searching
Oh, it's the word.
and home, what's been found?
No.
Bryce has a great Bjork impression.
Chelsea loves
I
it.
hate it so much.
I don't know if you
I
can
used
hear
to
it.
love Bjork, and I took her very seriously, and now I can't take her seriously anymore because Bryce Mayer was always singing Bjork.
Bryce is living with us right now, so we have a third roommate again.
Okay, so we just had a roommate leave, and we're very sad about it.
Yeah, Justin was great.
Justin Neeson.
Okay, so Justin.
He was in Foxygen. He's kind of famous.
Justin is a musician who has played bass and lead guitar and bands that weren't started by him. He's currently in a band called Alex Cameron. But he's played at a pretty high level. He knows, like, he's the most unassuming, quiet dude. Will never tell you that he knows people. And I was prying out some information from him for a while because I love music. So we were chatting music and video games and all these cool things. I was like, you know how I'm obsessed with Aldous Harding out of New Zealand? Aldous Harding is an incredible musician. And I was like...
I didn't know that Aldous Harding was out of New Zealand, but go on.
And I was like, do you know Aldous Harding? And he's like, oh yeah, I know her. Or he's like, oh yeah, she's great. Like, he said like, oh yeah, she's great. like he's just shared space with her.
Starstruck.
And then I was like, wait, so do you know like somebody like Big Thief? Because Big Thief's another indie band that I love. And they're like, he's like, oh yeah, they're like hardworking, good hearts, great people. And I was just like, these are like my heroes.
Yeah.
And you're just talking about them like they're normal people.
He's been touring for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So what ordinary things about Justin bring you joy?
I just appreciate someone with a good flat sense of humor.
Yeah. He does have a very flat delivery, and he's hilarious.
And it's very funny.
Okay, I'm going to go down all the people in the Facebook group, and you're going to say
No,
little things that you appreciate about their
No, we
hands.
are not doing this. Brian joined. Hi, Brian. Welcome.
Here's one little thing that I appreciate about Brian.
Okay, go ahead.
Brian, oh my gosh. When was the last time you hugged Brian? I feel like it's been forever because they were gone for so long.
Honestly, I think I hugged him when we went to get dinner at at Vine Street. In when did they leave? It must have been June
September, I think.
It must have been June or July or something.
And now they're back and we can't even
or
see
August?
them. It's very sad.
I don't remember. Anyways.
But I really enjoy Brian's hugs.
Really?
I feel like Brian is the perfect height for hugging for me. And he's just a total sweetheart. And he always shares space in a conversation and asks me how I'm doing.
Yeah, he's a great listener.
Yeah. He's like, I got a good balance, I think, of like being in a conversation with you. Awesome. I just want to give a compliment to Brian.
Great. Brian, you deserve that compliment if you're still here with us. Great. What ordinary things bring you joy?
Okay, what do you want to flash list?
Flash list. Feel free to comment what ordinary things bring you joy. We're on hour 2. We've had a lot of people come in and out. It's been super nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Tell your friends about this.
Come on, hang out with us.
Come hang out with us. We're trying to do this for the community. We're trying to keep it light, have fun, get meaningful, and give people something to do in these crazy, somewhat boring times.
I think that the purpose with this one specifically was to be like, how far away from the coronavirus can we get in our conversation?
Yeah.
Like we feel like there's been like a lot of conversation around the coronavirus, like all anybody's talking about and all of this. And so we wanted to like have a positive conversation instead of like kind of like a heavier one.
Yeah. I think small talk has become the coronavirus, interestingly enough. So it's nice to talk about small things.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to give you a list of 10 little things.
No, let's just go rapid fire back and forth.
Okay. You go first.
Where are you going?
I'm going to take this picture.
Of what? Oh, great. Looking at someone with beautiful eyes.
Ah, interesting.
Shut your mouth, Shelsea.
This is one thing that brings me joy. This is a painting that I bought when we were in Ecuador. This is right before the day after the ayahuasca ceremony, I bought this. But we had an amazing time. We climbed a huge volcano. So there's a volcano in the background. We swam in waterfalls. There's waterfalls. We saw lots of vultures. Those are flying up in the air. And so there's me and Danny on our little trip. And this is a very small painting.
Aw, that's really sweet.
I really like this.
Brian said, aren't famous people just normal people? Talk about fame? Yeah, totally. I think I was just commenting on, I just really admire musicians and people who make music like touch me in like a really specific, beautiful way. And it just gives me like butterflies to be like a step away from connected to that person,
And Aldous Harding is weird.
Oh.
I can't imagine her being a normal person to have a conversation with based on her art.
And that's what Justin validated. Yeah, she's just like a mystic kind of.
Yeah,
person.
she is like a mystic.
I mean,
in her music.
When you see her like perform, she just like has this like she like does these crazy things with her face, and you're just like, what? Like there is a new experience happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally normal people. Brian says virtual hugs. Brian says we left in August. Love you both. Virtual hugs to you both. And Brian says. Brett brings me joy with his multiple artistic disciplines. I was expecting a joke, Bryce. This is very...
I could be nice.
Bryce is commenting and sitting 5 feet to the left of us. This is 2020. Oh, yeah.
I'm Danny Mazer.
And I'm Shelsea Schmochoa. And this is
2020.
Anyway.
Brett brings me joy with his multiple artistic disciplines. He's an incredible musician, poet, and I suspect novelist. He is currently writing a beautiful novel.
Have you read parts of it?
No, but he tells me more and more details about it, and I'm just like, honestly, I'm blown away by the world he's creating.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's a really cool world.
That's exciting.
He's going to be the next J.K. Rowling. I don't think he wants to be the next J.K. Rowling.
The next Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah, he's writing the next
Twilight.
Hunger Twilight.
Hunger Twilight. Hunger Twilight Potter.
Hunger Twilight Party.
If anybody in the group has a nice thing that they want to say about somebody else in the group, if you know them, I think that's a nice thing too.
Yeah, that is nice.
Let's take joy in small things.
He's also been very kind and present with me. He's also got a great flat sense of humor.
He made a great fuckboy as well.
Fuckboy.
Fuckboy. Excuse me, I wrote the character.
No, you sounded like you said fuckboy.
I said fuckboy.
I know, but you put your head down.
Okay.
Fuckboy is a character
In a thing.
in a thing. Great.
Okay, so I said one, you said one, now you say one again.
Okay. Having had the same wallet since I was 18.
It's like the one thing you can hold on to.
It's very beat up.
Sturdy material, though. That's pretty good.
Also, I'm gonna do 2 for 1. Brings me joy. I'm gonna block out my sister's face. I'm very proud of my 21-year-old license picture.
You look like you're snarling. Wait, if you put it properly, you can make it look like it's your head on my body.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, I'm Danny Mazer! Football!
I did this based off of a joke from one of my favorite comedians at the time. Anyways, it'd be a long story to really get it, but I love that picture.
Excellent. Another thing I take small joy in.
I was like, you left. You left reality, and you were in another character for a moment when you were saying excellent.
This is what I do when I'm home alone all day. Just talk to myself and respond. Just kidding. Okay. Another thing I take joy in, little thing, is and this maybe it's not that little, but we had a conversation with a guy from the news earlier about Howl at 8, and just having someone appreciate me. Just someone telling me that they appreciate me.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing to do.
Did the news people say that?
Yeah, this guy, he lives in Cap Hill.
Oh.
And there's a video that's been going around that he took from Denver Channel 7 News, and he took it from his home. And so it's crazy. It's all these people going bananas and howling at 8 o'clock. And so he's been he's had the experience of the howling, and the first day he didn't know what it was, and then he found out, and he kind of just shared his personal story with it, and it seemed like he really cared about it, was excited about it.
Wow.
So
that's so cool. That's cool that it doesn't feel like he's trying to get you. Also, Bryce and Shelsea are the main moderators and admin behind this, so give credit to all of the work they're doing, and the team of moderators who spend a lot of time operating behind the scenes. Less of me. There's a lot of people putting a lot more work.
Meredith Turk.
Yeah. Callie
Love
Heels.
Callie Love Heels. Who else we got on there, Bryce?
Oh, on our team, we've got
Meredith.
I'm going to pull it up because I feel like we should say everyone.
Randy. This kid named Randy.
Brett said, "Thanks, Bryce. I'm writing 50 Shades of Danny."
I'm excited to read that.
That's why he's so enamored by
I've lived it, but now I want the memoir.
Bryce also says, Hannah brings me joy with her passion for social justice and her incredible photography.
Oh, that's awesome.
God, she has done so much photography for Soul Stories.
Yes.
And it is,
It's all the best photography of Soul Stories.
it is, yeah,
comes from Hannah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Truly.
Irina
Anna,
and Anna are also at helping out.
Naomi.
And Naomi.
I think that's all of them.
Cool.
And Ocean. We said Ocean.
And Ocean.
And Brett says, I appreciate the two of you communicating so naturally on camera as if we're just sitting in the room. It's not easy for most people. That's very kind of you.
That's fascinating. Like, it seems like it should be the easiest thing. But it's like you turn on the camera.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this by myself.
That would be funny.
If you had like a Danny monologue going on, it would be like self-conscious.
Yeah.
But like with you, I think that's what makes this so easy, is that I kind of feel like I'm just with you.
Yeah.
Like, which is
really nice.
That's the confidence booster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that me dressing up in weird clothes makes you feel at ease because it's like the weirdness or whatever gets put onto me.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps me feel more comfortable because it's like, if you think I'm weird and crazy, I did that on purpose. So if you're judging me for it, I beat you to it, you know?
Yeah. Well, because you're someone who just doesn't operate by the book naturally.
Some ways.
So if you're in costume, it's like I actually just chose this versus like like
I'm gonna go up here to show my tutu now.
Tutu. Last week we celebrated Christmas on Facebook Live. Alone time this week we're celebrating Shelsea jumping on the couch.
Yeah, Shelsea jumping on the couch.
Would you please comment, Bryce, on here as well?
Okay.
I've been told both ways, Danny. What do you want?
All right. So, what are we at? We only have you said 2 things you appreciate. Okay. So another little thing that I'm gonna get the mask.
All right. Here we go. One ordinary thing I appreciate is t-shirts. I love wearing t-shirts from, I have t-shirts that are probably 8 to 10 years old at this point, and I love having the same t-shirts. Also, I'm down to 1 pair of pants. So if you would like to donate a pair of pants to Danny at Soul Stories, and
How are you down to 1 pair of pants?
Because my TED Talk pants ripped.
You had 2? You had 2 pairs of pants.
I had 3, but then the other pants are getting all holy too. Now I have these. These are Danny's black pair of pants. If you see me in the streets, I've worn them a few days in a row.
If you see him in the streets, you might be mistaking him for another generic-looking white dude, because that happens all the time.
All right, I have to give context behind that comment before we get to your mask.
Okay.
I have this thing where people, where I go, I often go places and people will walk up to me and be like, "Hey, oh, sorry, man, I thought you were my friend." And it's happened so many times, at least once a month for the last, since I started paying attention 3 years ago. That
once a month, really?
I swear. In Ecuador, it happened. It happened in Ecuador.
That's true.
It's one of the craziest things. So I've just decided that I am the created character on a video game when they give you a generic white guy, and then you have to dress it and make it look crazy. I am that default character model.
Mm-hmm. This is me nodding. Yeah, it's true. Also, remember when we were in Ecuador and that woman was like, "You're Egyptian."
Yeah, to you.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Bryce is commenting. How many pairs of pants do you have, Shelsea?
I have too many pairs of pants.
How many pairs of pants do you guys have? Does anybody else have 1 to 2 to 3 pairs of pants?
How anyone has 1 pair of pants? You only wear pants. You don't have skirts or dresses or shorts.
No, it's...
So you've been wearing the same pair of pants every freaking day. How did I not notice this?
because that's what the magic of it. I'm giving it my secret is nobody cares what you wear.
That's pretty impressive,
I'm
actually.
not-
You're very anonymous pants.
yeah.
Your pants should get into criminal activity. This is my mask that I love. I got this. This was a gift from a bunch of students of mine. They all signed it. It's all so faded now, but this is from when I was in the Philippines, and I was the education manager for this group. And so they said, "This is a big head because you have a big brain because you're the education manager." Then I was like, maybe you just think I have a big forehead, which is kind of true. So maybe it's my big forehead thing, or maybe it's my big brain. But I still like it. And they're also like, "You're always happy. Look, it smiles."
You are always happy.
I do love this mask. It's pretty
This
cool.
is a little bit of a comedy and tragedy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Faces. What's that called? That Faces of Comedy and Tragedy.
Yeah. And it also reminds me of Spirited Away.
Oh, no face.
Yeah.
What movies have you guys been watching? Have you watched Spirited Away?
We've been watching Avatar, and I want to know,
Yeah, we're
Danny's-
watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
do you still think that you are, of the 4 elements, you're an earth person?
I have no idea. Ocean thinks I'm an air person.
If you want to comment, you can comment on what element you think Danny is: earth, air, fire, or water.
What do you think I am? I've seen enough where I can probably make a judgment.
I
I
feel like
don't-
you used to be air and now you're earth.
I don't think I'm smooth enough to be water. Water dances are like super graceful.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I don't think you're quite fire, even though you can be fiery.
No, I don't think I'm quite.
I
fire.
think you're a good balanced earth.
You think so?
I think so.
What's a good balanced Earth mean?
I mean, obviously, like earth people are grounded.
Uh-huh.
Earthbenders are grounded, and they can be a little bit stubborn.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that they're brash or like they're not like impulsive or like quick to make crazy decisions.
Yeah.
They calculate. Like I think about the way your life has such a routine,
Yeah.
you know, and like your systems and your order.
Yeah, it's weird because that is new.
Yeah, you used to be much more airy.
I was an air. Let's see what Brian says. Hala is awesome. Great jobs, guys. Great job, guys. We do it every night. And Brett,
Yay!
compliments for the two of you. I love how Shelsea asks the best questions, how creative she is, and how she challenges social norms. I will always walk away with new insights about the world and myself. Danny does an amazing job of bringing community together, and whenever you get him one-on-one, he can be one of the kindest, easygoing, and present person I know. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you, Brian. Brett says, gotta go. Great night. Bryce, I appreciate your love and passion for community organization and support. Wow, everyone's being really nice. Good call. And of course, your powerful poetry that can be both light and deeply affecting in the same line
Ooh, put that
brings
on your
me
website.
joy. Excited for your next collection. Yeah, you should get that as a...
Get that quote.
All right, I'll hit
That's
up Brett for permission.
Chelsea is air, Danny
Thank you,
is
Brett.
water, but I'm trying to figure out where the Soul Stories Fire logo plays into that.
Interesting.
Wow, Danny is water.
Interesting.
I wonder if that's in comparison, though. You know,
Comparison to what?
like I think Brett's in comparison to Brett. I'm not. Brett is very like Earth. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in like comparison to you, I'm very Earth.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm the person you're hanging out with a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe you feel like you're Earth because you're hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, or maybe you think I'm Earth because
Yeah.
that's our dynamic.
You said Brett. Did you mean Bryce, or did you think that Brett made that comment?
I thought, oh wow, Bryce, you said that? You
I've
think
just
I'm
been
water?
complimenting myself to myself.
Yeah, I wish you would have wrote that line about yourself. Bryce, why do you think I'm water?
Healer. I think you're a healer. And that seems to be a property of water and also adaptability.
I'm gonna take the. I think I'm the Avatar. I think I'm air, water.
Oh, come on. Everybody wants to be the Avatar. We also Cleopatra in a past life.
Justin is the Avatar.
Justin.
Justin is the air.
Yeah,
Avatar.
he doesn't have fire yet at
No.
all.
Or Earth.
I think Sloan could be fire,
Sloan's fire, yeah, for sure.
and Brian, water.
Water, yeah.
Yeah.
What? Who's watched Avatar: The Last Airbender here? Comment on what elemental tribe you belong to. Oh, I want to watch an episode tonight.
So good. So good. Why can't you watch an episode tonight, Danny?
So what ordinary? I'm just gonna let that awkward pause sit. You guys can imagine whatever you want based on that awkward interaction. Sorry, I got really aggressive towards you. I don't even know if you said anything. Brian says, "Ciao, amigos." Feel free. What ordinary things bring you joy? If you don't know the names of the people we're talking about or talking to, that doesn't matter. We're here to build community. We're here to chat with
yourselves.
you. Introduce yourselves. You don't have to be fun, witty, or make some remark that means anything. We just want to hear your voices or see your letters typed on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
What ordinary things bring you joy?
Yeah, that's right.
What else brings you joy?
When I was a kid, I used to wash fruit in the hose in the backyard
Ooh,
instead of in the house.
why?
All the whole visceral experience was better. Like the sun, it was sunny out there,
Mhm.
I could let the water just spill everywhere,
Mhm.
and I could get the water on my hands and my forearms,
Mhm.
and I could drink from the hose. I also loved drinking from hoses when I was a kid.
Mhm.
So just that whole it's a simple thing and a weird thing to go out of your way for, but
Yeah,
it was this little thing that I would always want to make special.
that's cool. That's cool what kids get really into.
Yeah.
I mean, adults get really into weird stuff. We're just not allowed to it's just not called cute.
I just feel like I've been so full steam ahead that I haven't really made things special in a few years.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like now is my chance.
To make things special?
Yeah, make little things special.
Mhm.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of being summer days. An ordinary thing that brings me joy is sweating. I really love feeling sweaty and being sweaty for multiple hours.
Yeah.
I used to love adventuring through creeks and playing basketball, and we would make up all these games all day long, and we would be sweaty and dirty and smelly from 9 a.m. till it got dark.
Were you a stinker in high school? Did you not figure out deodorant for a while and you just smelled terrible?
No. These were the summer days, and I just miss that feeling.
Nice.
That raw. What you were reminding me, just that rawness.
Yeah, and the visceralness of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for the summer.
I know.
This summer, I predict, is going to be so crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the summer of love.
I think this is going to be. I think we have something really great on the horizon, even though it might not be for a while.
Yeah.
Even if we miss half of summer. Or,
half of summer, you think?
Some people are saying through July right now. If it goes all the way through July and we get to August, it feels really heavy and isolating right now. And the phrase that we always try to say to ourselves, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
It'll pass, and forget. And I don't want to make light of it because there are people's lives will be lost, but for those of us who stay alive, and then
it's just an interesting chapter.
We'll be on the other side, and humanity's just going to be shaken up a little bit. We're going to have all this new energy. I don't know about you guys, but I felt really exhausted before all this happened. I felt like I was knee deep in Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, politics, Trump, if World War III was going to happen, like political, diplomatic, international relations were getting to a head.
The fires.
The fires, and it was like that for many years. And
Yeah.
now, I mean, since 2016, at least for our community, I'm sure other communities have felt great since 2016.
Hmm.
But like, now we have a chance for the energy to be shaken up.
Yeah.
I truly think something beautiful is going to come soon.
Man, I really wonder what's going to happen with the elections.
I know.
'Cause nobody's even thinking about it.
Yeah. And that might be a whole different thing. And that might be dark if Trump gets reelected. But I think community worldwide will have a celebration. Chelsea's made the first sign of the cross I've ever seen her make.
Jesus.
Jesus is Christ.
Jesus, save us.
Betsy Lamberson's on.
Awesome. Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Betsy. Thanks for joining. Question of the week is, what ordinary things bring you joy? We've been chatting with lots of people in and out throughout the night. Yeah, feel free to comment. Feel free to share your thoughts.
Yeah. I think that the most common thing of what has been bringing people joy is nature.
You
The
think so?
sun, the moon, the stars,
Walks,
birds, walks.
grass on yards.
Yeah. I just hope we all go back to this anarcho-primitivism and like,
Reference to early part of the conversation.
yeah. I think a lot of people's gardens are going to be doing really good, and the earth in general is just getting a nice break from humanity.
I would love if our sense of ambition shifted as a culture.
Lowered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or shifted. Like we put our energy towards new things.
Yeah. Like more attention on, I think that like there's a lot of trying to climb the ladder in US culture. Thank you for the tea. And like people are always trying to like be important.
Yeah.
And it's like, be important to who or to what? It's just like, you want to be like an important symbol, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And so maybe if I was going to see a shift, I would want to see a shift of like maybe being important just to each other.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, yeah, the balance of seeking status and like loving people around you is so interesting. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think it is, recognition's healthy, but America's level of seeking recognition is unhealthy.
Yeah. I mean, what if people after this are just like, why should I work 40 hours a week?
I mean, there's going to be a lot, like the people who get laid off right now, I mean, companies are being cleared out. Like all of these people are going to need jobs. And what's that going to look like?
Yeah.
How's that going to shift the economy and what's going to happen?
Yeah. That would actually be really interesting. What if we lost like 20% of our jobs and then we just redistributed the hours so that people were paid a livable wage? I know this is a pipe dream, but if people were paid like a livable wage to work 30 hours instead of 40.
Yeah. That would be great. I mean, traveling in Ecuador and meeting all these like European people who have all this time off.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like I think that we're seeing that like we don't need as much production, and that like it's actually, there's a lot of benefits to having less.
Yeah.
Less work being done and less stuff being produced. And just like the concept of money is such a kind of arbitrary thing, as we've seen, that we can just like kind of all of a sudden have trillions of dollars to bail things out if we need to.
Right.
Like we could adjust our lifestyles and our relationship with the economy in a way that like working 40 hours a week still gets you enough money to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those things like people don't think that things can change
Yeah.
until they do.
Yeah. That is a great title for an essay to write about the coronavirus. There's so much within that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, you know, if you find yourself talking just about the coronavirus, I hope these conversations that we're having inspire you to realize how much there is to talk about right
Yeah. And how many little things that we normally like pass up,
now.
you know? A couple people have been telling me about the dreams that they've been having.
Uh-huh.
And I wonder if people are remembering their dreams more because they don't have to wake up to an alarm clock and get going right away.
Oh,
One
interesting.
person, Aries, had a dream about my puppet, Elda.
Really?
Yeah. They had a dream that they were on a ship with Elda. And Elda was the leader of, like, the captain of the ship, basically, at the front of the mast,
Wow.
like, leading everyone out.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
I love that.
I wonder what kind of meaning she's attaching to you.
They are attaching.
Yeah, that they are attaching to you or Elda or whatever.
Well, in the performances, Elda comes in on a ship.
Oh,
So I thought that might be part of it.
wow.
Yeah.
Tell us who Elda is.
Elda is a puppet that I have kind of adopted from the Orbis house, but we'll probably have to give back at some point. It's a wooden puppet. It looks like it's an old kind of like witchy woman from like maybe it was like Russian or Eastern European style string marionette puppet. And she's Elda the Elder. She's about 1,000 years old. And I think that like she's kind of inspired by some of the elders in my life that once you get old, you kind of like have less fucks to give. And it's very liberating and you just like say what you think and not worry about it. Like when Bryce and I went to go see my great grandmother, who's going to be 104 this month, she was like, "And how long have you been together?" And we were like 6 months. And she's like, "Ugh, yeah." like that's nothing to her.
Right, time is such a different concept.
Yeah. And like I think that a woman who's like in her 70s or something might be like, "Oh, that's good for you," even though she would think that wasn't very much.
Yeah.
But when I think that Elda the Elder, the puppet, is just like gonna just say what she thinks,
Yeah.
and y'all can deal with it.
There's
So
no like social pressure to appeal to.
yeah, very liberating, very fun character to play.
Amazing. If we ever do our Fireside Stories event again, you can come and see Elda.
Yeah, that was a fun one. All right.
All right, 10 minutes left.
There's a lot of little things that I appreciate, and a lot of them are in nature. I have a sculpture outside that I've been working on, made out of found objects. And
Shelsea has created this beautiful shrine out of these wooden logs that live in her yard.
yeah, we have wooden logs and like giant long sticks. There's like a giant shell and all kinds of things in it. And I've been collecting pine cones, and I'm gonna make a big ring of pine cones around it. And so I just think that there's like a lot of things that I've come to like love and appreciate, just small things in nature. And I'm really sad because the Denver Museum of Nature and Science is going to have this exhibit, but now we might not have it. But it was called Nature in Numbers. And it was all about like patterns that you find in nature and the mathematics of nature. And like this, like the Fibonacci spiral is something that a lot of people are familiar with, the golden mean, and these kind of ratios and patterns that you find in spirals and the way things like the way that pine trees circle each other, and all these different things are all like within these patterns of nature. And you can see it in like, you can see some of these Fibonacci spirals in like galaxies in like far, far away from our own galaxy. And you can see it like when you walk outside your front door to look at a seashell.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
That's cool. Man, you really have reconnected with your sense of like art and nature recently.
Yeah, that's what I'm vibing on right now. And I think that the howling thing is also kind of a part of that.
Yeah.
Like this kind of centering on my primitive nature.
And just making a sound with your body.
Yeah, and yeah, that freedom. The freedom in a howl.
It is really beautiful. Just howling in unison with you guys is a really cool experience.
Yeah, it just feels good.
Yeah. It's kind of an out-of-body experience for just a moment.
Yeah, it's
Gets you out of your
transcendental.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it's so cool to have like a way that we can connect with our next door neighbor.
Tibby.
Yeah,
Yeah, we get to see Tibby every night.
yeah. And it's cool because you don't have to make small talk.
No.
You don't have to, like, I don't know, have
Say,
something.
how are you?
Yeah.
You just
Put on a show of any kind.
Yeah.
You just step outside and you howl. There's no wrong way to do it. Well, I think we're pretty much good.
Yeah, I'm feeling complete.
Yeah.
I know we said till 9 o'clock, but I just feel like we've had a really fruitful dialogue today.
Yeah, it's been nice. Nice chatting with you guys.
It's been probably
Good
our
talk.
most low key one. And
Yeah.
I think it's because the topic. Like,
Yeah.
we're just really appreciating small things.
Yeah.
It's nice to walk out of here feeling centered.
Yeah. Well, and also, was that last week that we drank all that wine?
We did drink.
We got a little crazy.
I forgot we drank the second hour. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining.
We love you. Bye.